Thank you for sharing this story. The music in the background just topped it off, man. So, thank you for sharing your story. Yeah, it's what I'm learning while I'm in this period that I am. Learning that most of the things that bother me are made up or blown out of proportion by me because I have too much time to sit and think about it, or I let the thoughts just come and form themselves instead of forming the thoughts myself. If I form the thoughts myself, I can control them, But if I just sit and just let them come, they just come any way they come, and I accept them as if they're truth, as if they're solid, as if they're 100% something to stand on. So it's it does suck, but I try not to look at it. Try not to look at the sucky side of it. Look at the part that I'm benefiting from. Like I said, it's me learning how to process my thoughts, process emotions, process trauma, especially when I don't have anything to smoke. I definitely have no choice but to process raw emotions because the edge not off of them. Smoking takes the edge off, if not suppresses those emotions. But I like dealing with my emotions and my trauma. I don't want to say because it's not something that's enjoyable, but I like the outcome of it. I like the freedom that comes after dealing with those emotions and dealing with the trauma that come up, the recurring trauma, the recurring thoughts that plague me. So, it's a fly in here. I don't know how I got up here. Fly traveled up here, up the stairs. But I'm just grateful, no matter what, because I be tripping sometimes and wanting to complain, but I'm grateful, no matter what, because I was thinking today I've worked in the drive-thru McDonald's, making $7.25 an hour, and I've worked in the drive-thru at Walgreens making almost 13. I was making like $13 an hour. I think $13.10. I was making by the time I left. So I was still in the drive-thru. You know what I'm saying? But the pay was much better, so it wasn't that bad. So I've had a car before. I've not had a car before. I've rode the bus before. I haven't ridden the bus in years. Was it Paul who said it? Or was it, I don't know, whoever in the Bible was like, I know what it's like to be hungry. I know what it's like to be full. I know what it's like to be rich. I know what it's like to be poor. You know what I'm saying? I've been through it all, up and down. You know what I'm saying? And that I gotta look up that verse too, because it's significant. It was Philippians 4, verse 12 and 13. I think it is Paul. I just want to read it real fast, starting at verse 1. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. I'm going to read that again. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. I rejoice greatly in the Lord that at last you renewed your concern for me. Indeed you are concerned. I'm not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all things through him who gives me strength. So, I guess he said he learned the secret of being content in any and every situation. Then he said, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. So I'm gonna close it with this. I take that as that because I can do all things, because I've been given the strength to do so. It doesn't matter what I'm going through. I've been given the strength to go through it. Whether, like you said, whether I'm hungry or whether I'm full, whether I'm happy or sad, I have the strength to endure whatever situation, and it's inside of me. And me being in this solitude, in this alone time, in this quiet time, separation, isolation from people, I have no choice but to do that. And I believe normally, most people, mainly me, the old me, would have just gone into a depression. But I'm grateful for the strength that I've been given, the renewed strength, because God's concerned for me. I've been given strength to go through whatever. This time, maybe 2 years ago, I was living in my Jeep, doing the exact same thing I'm doing now, talking to my phone, making videos and stuff. But now I've been given the opportunity to do it inside of a townhouse with multiple monitors, with multiple rooms to do it from, So, but none of that would matter if my mindset was still the same. If I was still in the same emotional state I was, it wouldn't matter. They say money don't buy happiness, and I believe that because I've had a pocket full of money before. After my settlement from the accident, I had $9,000 in my pocket, cash. Still was depressed. It was 2022, so couldn't really do nothing. Still was depressed. Going through it with the girl I was dating and a new girl who I was talking to. So it was just, the money didn't do anything. So in any situation, rich or poor, I've been given the strength. And when I say I mean we too. Everybody has been given the same measure of faith, the same opportunity to do it. And I've watched y'all do remarkable things as well. So I can say we. I'm talking about all of us. So it's all gonna be. It's gonna, and I know, Mom, just like you know what it's like. I know what it's like. Me and you just know what it's like. This is just your time, like you already know, just to strengthen yourself the same way I've been doing, and you've been doing all your life. It's just that now that you are alone, not alone, but like you don't have any children to focus on, any grandkids to focus on. It's truly just you by yourself, and you dealing with just yourself and yourself's issues, and issues that come with the people who you choose to deal with. But for the most part, it's just you. So this is just your time to just see what Wonder likes, what does Wonder like to do. Just to find out who you are and rediscover yourself. Be concerned for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been everything that you need. It's already in you. God put it in you already. He heard you pray for it and ask for it the first time. It's just on you to walk into whatever it is you've been asking and what you've been wanting. You got to put it into practice. If God just gave it to us like this, snap of a finger, there would be no fun in that. And you wouldn't appreciate it, and it wouldn't be instilled in you properly. You know what I'm saying? When you installing stuff, you want to make sure everything is screwed in all the way, everything is tightened down, everything go as supposed to go. If it was a screw, you can't hammer it in there. You gotta screw it in. And if it was a nail, you just go hammer it in. So some of us, we get screwed, I guess. So it's gonna take some time for the lesson to set in, because it gotta get screwed in. You know what I'm saying? So it can last longer. It can last longer, and that's life lesson. But everything that we all ask for, everything that we want, we already have the means to get it, and energetically we already have it. So we really just have to get our mind and our body to catch up to what our soul and spirit already know. And I'll end this here. I hope this helps somebody. It helped me expressing this, because I didn't intend to talk about any of this. So if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you for listening, and love you, and have a good night and a good rest of the morning.